What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Hungry Road. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Eric. If it's your first time seeing my face, please go ahead and smash the subscribe button and like the video while you're at it. But today we're here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I've been spending a lot of time out here. I got in late on Monday. I pulled the National Rental Car lot. I see this guy right here. I'm like, oh, it's the new Mustang. I gotta check it out. It'll be the first car where I've got to do a review in 2 different generations. Unfortunately, this is the base model. It is the EcoBoost Fastback. Yes, there's other trims above that, but this is, I don't want to say bottom of the barrel, but probably one of the least equipped option Mustangs out there. These wheels are actually an option. They don't come stock like this. But let's go through the new Mustang, check out some of the new features, the new tech, and a whole bunch of stuff you could have gotten if you spec'd your own or even went with a different package. But again, this is a rental car. It's rental spec. It is a term in the car community. So let's go over it. Check out the all-new 2024 Ford Mustang. Let's get the facts and figures out the way right away. So this is the EcoBoost engine. Ford's, I don't want to say it's legendary, but it's legendary in the Mustang. But it's a 2.3 liter single turbo inline 4-cylinder engine. But guess how much power it makes? 315 horsepower, 350 foot-pounds of torque to the rear wheels through a 10-speed automated transmission. I think that's actually very impressive. It actually sounds pretty good for a 4-cylinder. It's 2023, almost 2024. These engines are just getting better and better. It's actually really impressive, and I actually like that Ford stuck with a gasoline engine for the Mustang and didn't decide to go all hybrid and all electric and stuff yet. So we'll get to some of the other trims. I'll talk more about those. But yes, you can get a manual transmission in this thing through any of the different variations. Now, speaking of the variations, let's go over those real quick. So there are 9 different, I want to call them trims or variations of the Ford Mustang for 2024. So hear me out. There's EcoBoost, that's the engine. Then there's GT, that's the 5-liter Coyote V8 engine. Then there's the Dark Horse. That's a whole different thing I'm not even going to talk about in this video. But then there's the trims that go on top of those. So you can get an EcoBoost Premium. Premium gives you a whole bunch of options and stuff like that. Then you can get GT Premium, okay? That's 5 right there. Then you can get EcoBoost Convertible or EcoBoost Convertible Premium or GT Premium, GT Convertible Premium. It's just too many things going on. Why not just make an EcoBoost, a GT, Dark Horse, and then let the people option stuff up from there? It's just too much for me to even handle or go over. There's literally 9 different Mustangs to choose from on the configurator. So I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Yeah, so I've mentioned the word premium already. Let me just go ahead and get that stuff out the way. So starting at about $31,000 as this car sits. I mean, it's probably a little bit more because of the optioned wheels, but I literally think that's the only thing that's optioned on this car. I'll harp on some things as we go over it in more detail. But so if you got a premium trim in either the GT or the EcoBoost, you're gonna be able to get available navigation built into the screen. I mean, I guess, because it's got Apple and Android CarPlay, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Those things are all built in. We'll get to those, how beautiful those screens are in a second. Next up, you can get a 9-speaker system compared to the 6-speaker system that's in this car. It does sound pretty good, but you can get a 9-speaker B&O, you know, Bang & Olufsen, you know those guys make good headphones, blah, 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 blah. There's also a 12-speaker option. Now that's not standard in the premium. The 9-speaker is standard, but you can get a 12-speaker. So you really want to hear your music in there, go for it. Pony projector lights. Those are the little lights that's going to be underneath the mirror. Guess what this car doesn't have? Doesn't have those. But that's cute. You know, open your door, you see the Mustang logo. That's fine. But you won't see it in this car. I already mentioned the wheels. Stock wheels are going to be 17-inch with a lot of meat on the tire. But these still got plenty of meat and they're 18s. You can get up to 20s, but that'd be mandatory for me because this makes the car look better. Cars are now coming with stock 24 and 26-inch rims, depending on what car you get. So the bigger the wheel, the better it looks. That's how it's always been. There's also something called Magna Ride. I'm sure that's some sort of dampering or raising and lowering of the car. I don't have any idea what it is, but it is a trademarked Magna Ride. There's a little R next to it. Also, ambient lighting. I mean, come on, man. You couldn't even throw in ambient lighting, man. It's an option. Remote start. Again, why are these options? Just add this stuff in. The remote start is literally a computer that tells the car to start and an extra button on the remote. Why is it an option? I'm getting frustrated now. But I did run into two options. The dual zone climate and the flat bottom steering wheel. We'll get to those. So 3 of the 28 options this car does has. Let's go talk about some other things now. Ford did show you some love here with the colors. There are 11 possible colors on this trim level, starting with, well, 9 of them are going to be free, 2 of them are going to cost you a little extra, but that's fine. So first free color, shadow black, straight base black, nothing crazy. Next, Oxford white. Again, flat white, gloss white, no big deal. The next, iconic silver metallic. That's a little flake in there. It's nice silver. It's not dark, deep gray. Silver is kind of boring, but whatever. People like silver. Then there's race red. So again, a nice gloss. Race red, very bright, very exuberant. Next is going to be the grabber blue metallic. That's a very beautiful car. Shout out to my cousin Will. He has a 2012 Mustang GT. Grabber blue looks absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Next we have dark matter gray metallic. So now it's a deeper gray, like a night sky gray with sparkles in the paint. Sure, it looks really, really, really good. Then we have vapor blue metallic. Again, like a nice rich metallic. Carbonized gray metallic, which is like a lighter than the dark matter gray. Then we have this color here, Atlas blue metallic. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. There's some sparkles right here in the sun. The sun really brings out all the deep richness of the color. Next we have the first paid color, rapid red metallic tinted clear coat. That's the whole name. So extra $495, but again, it's going to be that race red similarity with like some sparkle in the paint. Again, the clear coat is like an extra shine to it. It's going to look really, really nice. And then we all know what this color is. It's not grabber yellow, but it is yellow splash metallic. It's going to be very similar to grabber yellow, but a little more rich. This is going to be a $995 option. It's going to look great. You're going to stand out, but everybody's going to know you paid an extra grand for that paint color. All right, let's discuss the front end here of the 2024 Ford Mustang. I think it's actually very forward and very fashionable, and it's not too over the top. I actually really like it. It's definitely sharper and gives me more Nissan 400Z vibes when I look at it, but it's really cool. I love the running lights right here. So this is actually aren't the running lights. You would think they would be, but they're actually these 3 dashed lines up top here. I don't know if you can see those, and they're also your turn signals. So yes, your light will dim, and then the turn signal comes on or whatever. I'll put the flashes on for you in a second. But really, really, really cool. So we have low beams and high beams in here. I like that little teardrop thing. It kind of makes the car look like aggressive, like it's mad at you or something like that. It's really, really, really cool. We have the bumper down here, the bumper cover down here, and it comes in 3 different variations. So you have this one here for the EcoBoost, and you have the GT version and the Dark Horse version. Of course, again, they get more aggressive with each step. Not a big deal. This is a fake vent. Why not just open it? For too much airflow for your tiny engine? It's fine. Moving on here. Tow hook right here. Nice big wide open grill. Very, very cool shapes right here. Of course, the badge of honor, the Mustang right there in the center. Really nice. And down here at the bottom, you have more air that comes in the bottom. And we have a place for your adaptive cruise control. Because yes, this car does have adaptive cruise control with steering, forward 360 pilot assist. Very, very, very cool. Like a little rubber splitter protector right here up in the front, but it's a nice looking front end. And of course the hood is pretty standard, little lines right there. And with the GT model or the Dark Horse, you're going to get an extra air intake that sits right up here, very prominent, very aggressive. But yes, this is the base model, so we take what we can get here. While we're at the front of the car, there are some hood options I want to discuss with you. So you can get 3 different kind of hood stripes. So you can get 2 like dark gray ones that go up over the hood, over the roof. Then there's some extra ones. You can get like some black ones that have like a red accent that kind of like fill in right over here. Then there is some a combo sort of stripe here that goes over the hood, like the side right there, and it goes down the side right there. I think this probably is the best looking option. Second best being a black with the red accents, but no matter. It's still a nice option because the stripes are obviously a tradition in the Mustang world. And let's discuss the styling as a whole. Like I've already mentioned, I love that front end. It looks nice and just like it's supposed to be a Mustang, but it looks more like a cat to me. But yes, the wheels, of course, I already mentioned we should go bigger than that, but I love this line right here. The wheel arch straight. Then we got this lovely hip section right here. This looks absolutely gorgeous. They did not really do this on the old model, and I just love how pronounced it is. Look at the light. So much light here, then like boom, such a sharp angle, then goes up. That is absolutely gorgeous. I love the overall shape. Like I said, it looks like two very simple shapes to me. You have the front, goes over like this, and you have the windshield, and a nice little teardrop that drops right back to the back of the car. Absolutely gorgeous. Now let's discuss this very, very terrible back end. This back end ain't it. I don't know what they were thinking or what they were doing. I get they were trying to be bold and different and reactive, but this does not work for me at all. Obviously, this slice in the damn back of the car, I don't know what happened. Like they backed into a tow truck or something, a flatbed tow truck. They even cut the lights in that. Like, why did y'all fold the back of the car like that? I don't get it. That's really my biggest gripe here. There's not much else to say. It's a very simple back end. Reverse light down here. Obviously the iconic 3 stripes on the tail lights that are still sequential. Very beautiful, nice, beautiful LED. Right? But why did y'all fold the back end? Maybe it needs a spoiler. I don't know. Of course, the GTs and the Dark Horses come with the spoiler. You can option a spoiler on this if you wanted to, but like I think it needs it because you got to draw your attention away from this karate chop in the back end. Anyway, Mustang badge right in the middle. For those who don't know, fun fact, if you see the Mustang, it's the EcoBoost engine, a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder. If you see a GT, that's going to be the 5-liter V8. I don't know what the Dark Horse has. I think it has the actual Dark Horse logo there. But again, that's a little, fun fact. He's driving behind one of these, you see it like, oh, they got that good one. Oh, they got the cheap one right here. Anyway, license plate down here. I do like how they have like the rubber down here, whatever plastic, kind of break up the color just a bit. Another fun fact, all the cars come with dual exhaust, but you can option them all with quad exhaust. So if you see somebody with quad exhaust and the Mustang right here, they overdoing it, bro. They should just got the GT and called it good. These are the keys to the 2024 Ford Mustang. They look exactly like the previous generation. Missing a remote start on here, but whatever, Ford, whatever. Lock button in the middle, unlock up top, press the button twice, unlock the trunk, and a panic button. But like most cars these days, keep the key in your pocket. Walk up to the door, hands free. Just grab the inside of the door handle like this. You'll hear the door unlock. Boom. And if you want to lock it, remember it was nighttime when I first picked this car up. I could not find the locking button at all. But see this little guy right here? Yes, press right there for the car to lock. Press it. You'll hear it lock, no big deal. While we're talking about keys and trunk buttons, underneath here is going to be your trunk button right there. You can press that button right there. Open the trunk, the lights will flash. Let's open the trunk here. This is one of their biggest hiccups because of these giant lights, and you can't, because due to U.S. American homologation, you can't have the brake lights move with a part of the car. So the lights have to be stationary, which then squeezes the amount of room you had to get stuff in here. So yes, my big orange suitcase did fit in here with my toolkit, but I had to like get it in first and then twist it and stuff. Then toolkit went in, but it's fine, no big deal. But if you've been hauling a lot of stuff, this ain't the car for you. But nothing crazy. Emergency trunk release right here. Oh, I didn't mean to pull it. Let's tuck it back in there. Okay. Okay. All right. I don't know what's going on. Let's go ahead and let's hope it shuts all the way. All right, boom, when you shut it, lights flash, we're good to go. All right, let's get inside the Mustang. I want you to listen and pay close attention because a lot of stuff happens as soon as you open the door and start doing stuff. So we're gonna unlock it, get in here, look at the screens. They're already moving, they're already doing stuff. It's like breathing or whatever. Let's get inside. We have the nice little animation right here. Let me shut the door so it doesn't start dinging and beeping or whatever. We can put our foot on the brake. Press the little start stop button right there, a nice little red guy. Hear the noise? Toot, toot, toot. Love the animations that are happening here. So in this model, you get 2 separate screens. In the upper levels, you get 1 big screen. Yes, you know how I feel. It just looks like they just plopped 2 TVs on the dash. Like they do not fit into the dash at all. Like, I don't know. Granted, don't get me wrong. They're very intuitive and very cool. They're super crispy, very detailed, high resolution. I really like that a lot. But it's just some iPads or TVs on the dash. Like, why couldn't we raise the dash up a little bit more, make it fit into the dash, or lower the screen. I don't know. But yeah, speaking of that, as you can see, everything is in the screen. Hardly anything is outside of it. Below are the vents right here, your start stop button, auto stop start. This is like your Mustang mode. Let's go through this real quick. Press that button right here. Now you can go to your track apps, let's go to track apps real quick. Acceleration timer, brake performance, lap timer. You can set your line lock up, really. Line lock enabled. So I could do a burnout right now if I wanted to in my little 4-cylinder. And I didn't notice the gauge sort of changed. Well, let's not do that. Let's go ahead and stop that. Oh, our time's out. Okay, let's move on. Look. Auxiliary gauges here. You can see your oil pressure, looks like your G-forces, battery over there, some settings here. You can move stuff around. You can see air fuel ratio. Like, who cares? Cylinder head temperature. Who cares about all this stuff? Maybe if you're taking your car to the track, whatever. Let's back out. If you press this button right here in the bottom left corner, you get all the gauges in one spot. I think that's probably the best. Why even have 3 of them? You can get battery voltage. What is this? Air to fuel ratio, maybe? Man, I don't know. I don't know all of this. Custom mode. Again, I'm not going to go through all this. You can do whatever you want there. That's set up your driving modes right there. Speaking of driving mode, let's go through driving modes real quick. On the left side of the steering wheel, well, let's tangent again to the steering wheel, the flat bottom steering wheel, which is an option. I like the little material right here. This is really, really cool. Obviously, it's not carbon fiber, but it kind of looks like it. It is a thick steering wheel. I love how it feels in my hand. But yeah, so stuff on the side here. This is your cruise control, all that kind of stuff. We have your lane keep assist. And these drive modes, we'll get there in a second. And you have all your volume and stuff over here. One thing I did notice is that there are no paddles. And there's no manual mode. That's just low gear. I can't even shift my own gears if I wanted to in this car. That's crazy. It's 2023. Moving on. So the drive mode. So press up. Look at these animations. They are beautiful. Normal, sport. Look how much effort they put in to get these driving modes to look cool. Then track. Oh yeah. See, look much better the spoiler looks in the quad exhaust, man. Nice job. What else we got on here? Track and drag strip. Yeah, see the line lock probably gonna get set up. There's so many options. I'm not gonna be going through all these. I'm just gonna give you my little opinion on the sports and stuff later. Slippery mode. So yeah, and then the custom, which is what you can set up over here, right there. While playing with some more options here, I noticed the cluster theme, which is pretty cool. You can have it match your driver mode. So obviously we were changing the driver modes. The cluster will change. You can do the normal. We can do sport. Press it there. Oh, it shows over here too. Sport, track, but calm, just the speedometer. That's probably pretty cool. It's like night driving. So it's not a whole bunch of stuff in your face. But the coolest one by far, the old Fox body. Look at that. Tack on the left, speedometer on the right. Nobody cared about air fuel ratios and gas miles and all that stuff. We got the temperature on the left and the fuel on the right. That's all that was needed. I might ride like this for a minute. The interior is fine though. It's very straightforward. It's a little busy, but not too crazy. Got our vents over here, little Mustang. Cute. Like I said, I love this sort of detail or graphic or whatever, texture that goes all the way from door to door. Got the handle and lock system over there, like the little, real grab handle right there. Over here, I feel good when I come over here and I get a nice firm grip and I shut the door. Yeah, thud. Got my little seatbelt warning lights right in there. All good stuff. Let's scroll through some of these menus. Trip 1, fuel economy, tire pressure sensor. Yeah, just all this stuff you can take a look at. Mustang status. Okay, so everything is in sport mode right now because I changed it. Let's go to track. Is there, I'm just curious to see what the hell track, or just go to drag strip. Let's see what it says. I press OK. Waiting for it. Now what it say? I'll go back to it. Hold on, let's go back. Drag. Oh, that must be ESC off. I don't know. Track use only. Get out of here. I might have to try this on the street. Hey man, decent cloth seats. Sort of leather texture on the side here. Nothing crazy. This seat's actually a manual. Pull it up. I'm not going to do it. It's a manual seat though. I do have a 4-way motorized seat on my end. Let's talk about this stuff down here. So again, These are the Mustang modes. We have our traction control, flashers, favorites button, frost. Oh yes, we didn't go over climate control. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, that's kind of where it lives. It never leaves there, and that's okay. So you get your heated seat. You can just drag it up and down. 3, 2, 1, turn it off. And both passengers have heated seats. This is a dual zone. As you can see, the two different temperatures right there. But look how animated it is. That's crazy. Look how animated. This is so cool. I love it. Look how like responsive this screen is. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of the responsiveness and the intuitiveness and the detail of the screen, but not that just plopped up on the dash right there. This is how you change your, if you want recirculation, the fan. Look, the fan even spins. Look how cute that is. Pull it up. Put it back down. Always press the positive and negative buttons right there. Auto circulation right there. Here, so it expands, so it shows you where the air is going. So there's your face air, feet air, and defrost air. I don't ride with defrost. Never. Max defrost AC. No big deal, man. It's pretty solid. Vents right there. And we have a USB-C, USB-A right below it. This would be where your wireless charger is. But guess what? We don't have one here. We have a nice place to put our sunglasses. And back here, the same shifter, just like last year or last generation. Foot on the brake, push this down, put it in drive. No big deal. Very straightforward. Parking brake right here, 2 cup holders, and we have the same armrest. Lift up, boom. We got some Clorox wipes in here. Decent amount of storage. Little, that. But there's this thing here, as if you're supposed to be able to put or plug in some USBs and then have it run out here. I don't know. Maybe there's some more USB action that's possible if you get a premium upgrade. Sunglass holder. Nothing crazy. And yeah, man, if you had like a sunroof, I'm sure they'd be right there. Or if a convertible, all those buttons would be right there. And just for laughs, let's try to get in the back seat of here, this Mustang. Go ahead and slide in here. I have the seat pushed as far forward as it would go. That was fairly easy for me. I can now sit back and let's pull the seat. Oh, I gotta press this button here and push it back. Oh, my head is hitting the roof. Oh, this is awful. This is terrible. My head is hitting the roof. This is for children. There's no way you'd ride around with other adults in the back seat of this car. There's a coat hanger back here. Here's the button to move the seat forward. That's not supposed to work. Yeah, see, move the seat forward like that. I have no creature comforts back here whatsoever. There's no light. The passenger side is a seat pocket for some reason, and I can pull theirs forward for whatever reason. Yeah, but bucket seats here in the back for your kids taking for a ride. Nah, I guess the Mustang Mach-E is the 4-person Mustang for people. Alright guys, we are inside the 2024 Ford Mustang EcoBoost Fastback. First impressions while getting in, I love the thick steering wheel. A lot of good visibility here. The hood does seem, or the bonnet, does seem very long, but I think that's just like a Mustang trait. Driving position is very, very comfortable. Let's get out here on this main road and give it a little juice here.
In half a mile, turn left onto Amity Street.
Oh, definitely peppy. Engine's a little cold right now, so I don't want to give it too much. But yeah, that's pretty peppy. Definitely got some good lift off the line there. Again, 315 horsepower. I don't know how much the car actually weighs. I'm assuming it's just like 36, maybe 3,800 pounds. So yeah, 315, 350 horsepower, or foot-pounds of torque to the rear wheels. That's actually quite a bit of power for a car this small, this light. I have to compare it to like my Challenger I had. Granted, it was a 2012, but I had 305 horsepower, and the Challenger is known as the boat. It was like a 4,300 pound car. So it was very big and it was kind of sluggish, but you needed that kind of power to get the thing really moving. And that's not quite the same situation here in the Mustang. Like I said, it's a lighter car, and it feels much lighter than it actually is because of all that power. I have to kind of compare it to the Challenger I was on a little while ago. It was like a 4,300 pound car, but it had 305 horsepower. It was also naturally aspirated, and it kind of felt sluggish. You know, you could yam on it and it might pick up and go, but it doesn't have this kind of pep. Yes, it's only 10 more horsepower, but it also has a turbo, which can create some sort of lag there. But the car is much lighter, so it feels much faster than the car I previously owned. But I'm just kind of driving it around here on Pittsburgh roads. They aren't the best, but the car is decently comfortable. Nothing too crazy. I'm not like upset that how rough the ride is. I'm in sport mode right now. I can put it back in normal for a second just to see if that softens things up. I'm assuming that most sport modes will soften the suspension. And again, I put it back in normal mode and the auto stop start came on. You know I hate that, so I can just turn that off manually. And we're at a light here, give it a little bit of juice here. We're going uphill. It sounds pretty good for like a 4-cylinder. I just don't know if that's piped in sound or if that's actual sound that's coming from the exhaust pipes. Regardless, it sounds like throaty for like a 4-cylinder. Usually those are like the fart can Honda Civic type noises, you know, really high pitched or whatever. Granted, I'm sure if you put an exhaust on this thing, you'll get that kind of sound, but this is actually pretty good straight from Ford. All right, getting ready to get on the highway here. Let's throw it back in sport mode. I don't have a lot of room in front of me to get the car moving, but so be it. It is what it is. But yeah, driving it around for the last couple days, I like it. It's pretty easy to drive. It's decent. It's a great everyday car. You know, you can take it out on the highway, or I wouldn't say the track. I mean, if you wanted to track it, you could. You know, you got plenty of horsepower to track it. You can keep up with some stuff. I don't know. I just don't do a lot of track days, so I get the whole take your car to the track thing, but I just don't have a track nearby. My nearest track is the Lime Rock Park in Connecticut. That's like an hour and a half away from where I live. Blind spot detection is standard. You can see here, got the little crash symbol. Wow, it's really busy today. A lot of cars on the road. But yeah, little crash symbol in the mirror on both sides, of course. Not a big deal. And cars keep coming. Oh, I got more power than you, so I'm going to get in front of you. Hear that engine? That sounds really good, man. Of course, you got a little Mazda Miata in front of me that wants to get over. Okay, never mind. Get back on it. Definitely good passing speed here. Sounds really good. And decently smooth. Like I said, I'm in sport mode right now. There's no need for me to put it in track mode or drag strip mode or anything like that. Like I made a Miata mad. He's flying by me now. Shit over here to the left again. But yes, I'm a big fan of these screens there, but I just don't want it planted on the dash. I said it earlier, but it's so much information in front of you. And of course, the way you can simplify it and make it less intuitive, you know, calm it down. They actually call it a calm screen. And I like that a lot. You can expand the Apple CarPlay here it takes over the entire screen here, or you can have two things at once. I can slide up on the right one over here and gives me trip data, or like the same stuff I can get right here in front of me, I can have over here on this screen on the right, and that's pretty cool. Overall, I think this is actually a great improvement on the Mustang. Not so much in the looks department. Again, I like the front end and I like the hips, but the back end, you already know how I felt about that. I think could continue to be improved. I think it was just too radical of a change. I don't know. Did the Mach-E put folds in the rear tail lights? I don't know. But yeah, man, I think this is all I really have to say about it. I mean, we don't need to go over adaptive cruise control or Pilot 360 assist. It's all standard stuff. But yeah, man, I like it. It feels comfortable. I'm in here. I'm cozy. I don't feel squished in here like I do in like the Challenger seats, because they're like super bolstered for whatever reason. Those are much heavier cars. But I digress. All right, running around the airport here. The steering does feel pretty precise, and I actually like it. It's like when you point it, the car goes. Now here's a rough part of the airport. You see me bouncing a little bit here. Get over here. Got to get some gas, you know. Speaking of gas, let's check out my gas mileage for the whole trip here. I averaged 22.8 miles a gallon, and that's actually not bad, because considering I probably didn't touch the highway most of the time running around Pittsburgh because it's all weird hills and stuff like that. Leaning to the turn, baby. The car definitely feels nice and planted. There is a little bit of body roll there, but again, I'm in sport mode. It's a Mustang. It's the 2.3 liter. You know, it's the bare minimum. I'm sure if you get up to the crazier specs, you'll get better steering. But I think that's all I have to say about the driving experience. Let's give it a little juice right here. Not bad. If you get this car, you're gonna like it. You're not short on power, fun, steering, comfort, technology, maybe looks. But that's about it. All right, to the outro. Here are my final thoughts here on the Ford Mustang EcoBoost Fastback. I appreciate all the options that Ford gives you to do this. Add a hood stripe, change the color of the brake calipers, different wheels, dual zone climate, the leathers, whatever, the spoilers. Like I get it, but like it's a lot for somebody. Then when you're on a configurating your plan, you can get confused. But I guess you gotta make a decision. This Mustang right here, sitting in front of me, is the Mustang for people who just want to say they have a Mustang. They don't want to spend a lot of money. $30,000, that's not awful. In 2-3 years, these would be $23,000, you know? So I get it, that's the depreciation curve. But me, yeah, I would need a GT. I would need that V8 engine. I would like to have my heated and cooled seats. That's an option. I'd like bigger wheels. You know, there's a lot more stuff that I would like in my car. And I just wish that you didn't have to like piecemeal it. You could just, I don't know, just sell it as one thing, you know, take it or leave it kind of thing, you know. But Ford's in the business of making money. They've been making money for over 100 years. So I guess whatever they've been doing is working very well, and they're gonna continue to do it. But yeah, man, the new Mustang, I like it, except for that back end. It looks new, it looks revolutionary, but nothing's gonna beat that 2010, 2014 Mustang range where it was bulky and thick and beautiful like myself, you know. These new slender thin ones, it's cool, I guess. It's cool. But anyway, this was my time with the 2024 Ford Mustang EcoBoost Fastback. Thank you for watching this far. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, like the video, turn on notifications. There's a lot more where this came from, and the winter months are coming. So it's gonna be a little harder to do reviews because I live in the Northeast and it snows and gets cold, but I do it every year. So let's continue to help me grow. Next goal is 5,000 subscribers. Thanks, guys. Take care. Stay safe. Thank you.